What's up guys, Sean here, coming at y'all with a quick little video. Going to be talking some Eagles stuff today. Going to talk a little bit about Jalen Carter, Jalen Hurts taking a bunch of the weapons off and them going and put in some work together. Safeties and DBs getting together and going and doing some work. All the Eagles guys look locked in, look ready for the season. They look like they're ready to get started before training camp, which is in 25 days, I believe it is. So it's exciting to see the guys out there putting in work. We'll talk about all that and more. But first, if you're new here, please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything that we're posting. We do daily NFL, NBA content. Thanks for sticking with us these past couple weeks. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into the video. First things first here. Thought this was funny. You get on Twitter just a little bit ago here, and sure enough, you see Philly posting top 5 Jalen Carter sacks. Now, we're not going to go through all the plays. If y'all want to check that out, go ahead and check out the Eagles X page. Right above it, Eagles Ed. Oh, that Jalen Carter extension about the drop, huh? I think it's going to be any day now. I don't see any reason not to extend Jalen Carter. Yeah, there's always risk anytime you extend anybody, but the Eagles' method of doing extensions is to pay them early so you don't have to pay them later. It looks like a lot of money now, but in 3 years, his contract is going to look like a bargain. Same thing with Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, we got Saquon. All these contracts that we've been able to manage over the past couple of years is because Howie got them done early and got them done the way he likes them to be done. I expect the exact same thing with Jalen Carter. Jordan Davis got paid. It's Jalen Carter's turn now. Pay him now before another D lineman gets a new record-setting deal, and then you're just paying him more and more and more money. There's no way you're trading Jalen Carter at this point, because if you were going to, it would have been for Myles Garrett. So let's just go ahead and get this done. Let's stop playing around with it. The Eagles haven't done anything in a week or two anyway. No noise, no new notes or anything. So let's just drop the extension. Give us something to talk about for a couple days. I'd appreciate that. Got some stuff here about Eli Stowers, great hands, route running, elite athleticism. It will be exciting to see how the Philadelphia Eagles develop and use his skills in the new offense. Below that, per Real D Jackson, tight end Eli Stowers had a 56.3 success rate versus man coverage in his collegiate career. He's going to be super valuable in the red zone, caught 16 of 25 targets in that area per True Media. This is something that I wanted to talk about anyway, so it's a great lead up here. With Mekhi Lemon being a zone breaker, someone who you're going to put on the field to destroy zone coverages, it's going to force teams to play man. And we've got Hollywood Brown, we've got Smitty, we've got a lot of guys that can win versus man coverage. But with the rookie tight end here, bringing him in and allowing him to eat against man coverage is such a brilliant idea, because you have two young weapons. And this is such a great position to be in, because if teams are playing zone against you, you bring Lemon out and you let him just find the gaps in zone coverage, build yak, and just destroy them that way. If they're playing a lot of man coverage and you're having a lot of trouble getting success against that, bring in Stowers, put him in the slot, put him on a wing tight end position, and let him go out and eat against man coverage. You know, this is what these guys were brought in for. You don't want to look at their flaws too much, because they're going to be part of a bigger system that's put together to help Jalen win, to help all the guys on the field win. And that's exactly why they were brought in. The coaching staff this year is going to be watching how teams are attacking us defensively, and they're going to be using weapons accordingly. That's why a player like AJ Brown became expendable this offseason, because if you play your cards the right way, you scheme the right way, you don't really need that bully. And not to mention, we still have other guys that can play that bully role. It's just not as pivotal a part of our team as it was in the past, when we were throwing go balls and comebacks on every other play. You know, it made more sense to have AJ in those systems, but this year, you can win with guys who have elite skill sets, because you're using those skill sets against different teams throughout the year, and it just opens up different things. I expect Stowers to get on the field. I expect him to have a pretty good year this year. A lot like Dallas Goedert when he first came in the league. I expect we're going to see a lot of similar things. He is going to be the second fiddle. He might not see touches in a lot of games, but when he's used, they're going to use him a lot. And especially in the red zone area, they love multi-tight end formations already. Even if he's a decoy, teams know what they think he is. They think he's just a receiving threat. So it gives you so much more flexibility, RPOs, play action, stuff like that. I expect him to be heavily used in the red zone this year. Another thing we got here, It's a big one that I wanted to talk about. Jalen Hurts spent some time golfing with some of his Philadelphia teammates, such as Dallas Goedert, Hollywood Brown, Cameron Latu, among others, on the 4th of July weekend. This is just one of many things that's been going on the past couple days. Team building. The guys are out practicing together, they're working together, but they're also relaxing together. This is great PR for this offseason. And you know that's exactly what it is. It's just PR. Hey, Jalen's a great leader. Hey, he does great with the other guys. I don't really give a shit one way or the other. As long as they play well this year, it doesn't matter. Now, if camaraderie helps that, more power to you guys. But awesome to see this, because it means we don't have to listen to the rest of the league come up with these fake, pushed, narrative-driven storylines all off season. I mean, look at that smile. Look at this guy. How can you not love Jalen Hurts? You know, they talk so much shit about this man, and he's never in trouble. No cheating scandals, no money scandals, no nothing. Just does everything the right way, tries to connect with everybody he can. And, you know, they still hate on him. So this was just one piece of what I wanted to show you guys. I got a little bit more here as well. Based on pictures posted by Eagles players on Instagram of the offense's team building outing in Florida, here are all the players that I spotted. I want to shout out Anthony Diabona for this. Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Andy Dalton, Cole Payton. Right there, all your quarterbacks showed up. Andy Dalton doesn't have to do this. Andy Dalton has been in the league a long time. He might be washed. He might not even deserve to be in the league. But either way, he does not have to do this. Him being there is just a veteran showing young guys how to lead. You know, hey, I'm probably not starting this year. Hey, I'm probably not even going to be a backup this year. But you know what? It's the off season. I have a job right now. These guys are going out and doing something. There's no way I'm not going to be involved. I don't want to be the guy that was there. Oh, I was training somewhere else? No. None of that. You don't want to hear any of that. So all 4 quarterbacks being there is awesome. I really, really enjoyed seeing that. And then you've got Devontae Smith, Wicks, Brown, Cooper, Moore, Goddard, Stowers, Latu, and Jenkins. All awesome. Awesome. Pretty much all your primary guys throughout this year are there. You got some depth pieces there, some guys that have been here for a little while that are still fighting for roster spots, and they're going down there and they're still working with EJ Jenkins, Latu, Elijah Moore. You don't know if you're going to be on the team this year. Same with Darius Cooper. Who knows what your fate is when cut day comes around, but the fact that you're still out here right now shows that you care, you want to be here, you're ready to work, and you're doing whatever it takes to make that shit happen. So this is amazing. Everything about it, I don't care if it's PR, I don't care if it was planned by the Eagles. It's great to see them working before the season has even started, before the off-season programs have even started. Yeah, you had your little mandatory mini camp and all that little stuff, the last couple of weeks, but that's really just to show guys what's going to come, to see what kind of shape guys are in, to see where they're at with the playbook. That's not a super, super important time like what we're getting into over the next couple weeks, what we're going to see in the next month, the stuff that they're going to be put through then. This just gives them so much more opportunity to be on the same page. And I want to see this offense come out looking like a well-oiled machine early and often. And I know that's not always the case. I know that might be a lot to expect of the team. But I think with this new system, with this new playbook, these guys can get it done. I expect Jalen to lead everybody and to be on top of his shit. Speaking of Jalen here, year 7 loading. I can't believe that it's been this long already. I've loved every minute of it. I've never understood the Jalen Hurts hate. He had a tough time in college, starting young, getting benched, coming back out, winning again, and then going to another school and playing at an elite level, losing to an insane LSU team that, nobody had a chance against that year. But the year that he had at Oklahoma was so undervalued because of the other things that happened in college football that year. He really had an elite season. And then he comes into the NFL as a backup to a quarterback who just got a massive deal, and he never flinches. And he just keeps growing. And every year, new play caller with Nick Sirianni. Say what you will about Nick Sirianni. A lot of people think he's a moron. They don't think he's worth shit. And yet Jalen has done all the things he's done. So to want him out of this town after you or someone you know or another Eagle fan has called Sirianni, a clown over the time that Jalen and him have been together, all the shit that they've talked about Sirianni, for him to still win, or all the shit they talk about Jalen, for him to still go out there and win, to never flinch, never falter. I mean, he's just the best that Philadelphia could have asked for, whether you like it or not. He is. He's not the hero we deserve, but he's the hero we need, or he's not the hero we need, but he's the hero we deserve. However the fuck that quote goes. He's Batman for us, all right? All that skinny Batman shit, swole Batman. No, it's Jalen. Jalen is Batman. You know, he always has been, and I'm tired of everybody else getting the credit. Saquon ran his ass off 2 years ago, but Jalen has been Jalen every single year, and he's just going to keep getting better. He's just going to keep getting better. I have no doubts about that. His work ethic is unmatched. He wants to be the greatest, whether he'll say it or not. Nobody goes out on this field and plays quarterback if they don't want to be the greatest ever. And with the things that he's done for this team already and the things I expect him to continue doing, I have no doubts that he will be at the end of his career. Love Jalen Hurts. Keep the slander to yourselves. Another thing that just blew my mind, Lane Johnson has played in the NFL for over a decade. Half of it has been spent protecting Jalen Hurts. It's kind of crazy to think about that they've already played that long together. I'm going to be so sad when Lane goes. It's going to be so hard to fill those shoes, and every game we get with Lane Johnson for the rest of his career, I'm going to cherish, because it just is an absolute blessing to have such a rock solid right tackle, someone who's been available so much over his career through so many injuries, had ups and downs early in his career with some PED stuff, a couple other things here and there, injuries here and there, but Lane has just been one of the best that we could have ever asked for. Just an amazing player, and I can't state enough how appreciative I am to have him on this team. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I'm really excited to see this team continue to grow, continue to see what they have for us moving forward. I expect this to be another big year. Super Bowl contenders. I don't care what moves the Rams have made. I don't care what the Lions are doing. Every year that we have this core intact, I expect us to go out there and compete for a Super Bowl. We barely even talked about the defense, but they're going to be one of the best defenses in the NFL this year. The secondary alone is just so amazing. Jonathan Grenard is going to be amazing. I expect big jumps from a lot of different guys. I expect Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis to do what they do, to continue to improve the way they have year after year, and Zach Bond to hold things down in the middle. I'm pumped. I'm ready to start talking about training camp. I'm ready to start talking about preseason. And most of all, I'm ready to get into the regular season and win some damn games, because there's no reason why this team can't win. We've won with new schemes before, new systems before. There's no telling that we can't do it again. With that being said, guys, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for sticking around. Again, if you've made it this far, please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.